Afternoon, everybody. Scott with All Out Outdoors. Well, still out here in Belize, and I'm down here on the lagoon. Not the lagoon, of the canal coming in. And I was reading a lot about the reef being destroyed out here. It's the second largest barrier reef in the world off of Belize. And man, just a little bit of background. I did a lot of studying at A&M University in environmental science. Most of that studying is a complete and absolute waste of time and stupidity, as in if it doesn't match what the government wants it to say at the time, the science isn't really there. So, little thing I'm going to throw out to all y'all. All this, when I was a kid, we had acid rain that was going to kill us all, and then we had ice age coming. Then what was it? A hole in the ozone. That was the next thing that was going to kill everybody. Then we went to sea level rising. Then we went to sea cooling, another ice age, global warming, chlorofluorocarbons, greenhouse gas effects. Was going to cause global warming, and now it's just global climate change. Well, the climate has been changing since the day that God created it, and it's going to change no matter what we do until the day that God decides to disavow us, all right, and end it all. But as for the destruction of the reef here in this country, it's not sea level rising, it's not increased temperatures, it's none of this. These walls and stuff have been here for decades and decades and decades, and the water has not got any higher in here, or New Orleans or any of these other places. If the sea got up a couple of feet, most of Florida would be gone. But if you look at all this trash that we have here, just in here in this canal, I'm going to show y'all something as we walk down. You'll start noticing as we get further down here that there's going to be a lot of white pipes sticking out in the water. You can see one coming up on the concrete right here. Across over here, there's going to be several white pipes sticking out of these foundations. These pipes that you're seeing, sorry, I'm still looking myself here. This way. These pipes that you're seeing right here, these are gray water discharges. That's your bathtub water, your sink water, dishwasher, laundry water, and all that. This white pipe, see where it's dripping onto the concrete, leaving all this sludge. Same thing with the pipe over there, that pipe coming out of that residence and coming down this way. They just dump their gray water right into the canal. This canal goes straight into the bay and straight out to the reef. So people cut their trash, they throw it in the canal. There's one down here, this house down here behind the boat. They leave giant soap suds coming down the thing here. So when you get up here and you look, a lot of this slime, there should be barnacles. This is tidal. There's very, very few barnacles on the rocks or anything else right here because of the contamination going into the creek or the canals off of this. So I'm gonna turn the camera on in a few more places, and I'm gonna show you a little bit more. But I'm willing to bet if you did a really big survey and study here on what's killing the reef outside of Belize, it's gonna be contamination from the runoff and the stuff in here. Now in Belize City itself, man, I went through some of the really rough neighborhoods, and I mean, these people right here, they don't have septics. They're pumping their sewer directly into the ditches, and the ditches go directly into the canals, and the canals go directly into the lake, into the creek, which goes into the Caribbean Sea. And I'll show you all some more of this as we get up the road here a little bit. So stay tuned with me. You'll see this concrete structure right here behind the house. The concrete structure, that is the septic tank, okay? And the water pumps into it, and then if these things get full from the toilet, you're supposed to have a company come by and pump it out. So what I've seen in a bunch of places is they can't afford to have somebody come pump it out. So they literally just dump it straight out into the canal behind the house. Raw sewage dumped straight into it. On some of these islands they have composting toilets and stuff like that, but you know, the people who use them a lot, it's not doing real good for maintaining the stuff here. And there's just not a lot of infrastructure in the city, this country, that does anything. There's not a sewer system, there's not a water reclamation system, there's not sewage treatment plants that I know of here. My buddy, guy I know, Reynard, is going to be doing some stuff here where he's going to be pumping the things out on the islands and stuff. But out here in the general city and stuff, there's nothing. And this is Balama. This is a much nicer area than in Belize City. Belize City, man, it is rough. Same thing in Dangriga. Dangriga was nasty. You could smell the sewer running down through the streets, and you can in a couple of spots even here in Balama. So I'll stop and show y'all some of the ditches. So y'all check out the ditch here. Wow, it just smells so nasty. But if you look up right there, right in front of this car right here, that's the crossover for the canal. So all of this just empties straight to the canal. How you doing, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, doing good, doing good. This right here is their water transfer system. It's like a aqueducts or whatever that run under the city and under the sidewalks. Same thing. This goes into those. Each one of these concrete spots you see like this on the sidewalk all the way up, they all run into the same thing. They all run into this little aqueduct system that goes into the canals or feeds all the way out to the bay itself. We'll talk about how the sidewalks come around. See the absolute sludge that's down here? You stay back. That's a septic. There's your sewer. And that's the duct that runs all the way under, all the way to the bay right there. Come on across. This is the one that comes from the other side. All the way up, and right there through the opening, that's the ocean. But you're telling me that some type of climate thing is causing the bleaching of the coral and the decay of the coral? I think there's something way ahead of that that's happening here.